Well, good morning, everybody. It's the 4th of October 2021, and we just see here is a photo of a lady sitting in a rail bed seat, obviously on the Brisbane-Cairns route. And can you think that doesn't look very fantastic or whatever else? There's a few advantages to these rail beds, and those include that you get the opportunity to lay completely flat at night time. They make up they turn a little key and that becomes a bed. And you get a pillow and a doona, a couple of pillows actually, and you get that little shell-like thing that goes around where it gives you some privacy and an opportunity to get some sleep, in other words. Now, the reason I'm showing that is not because of the Brisbane-Cairns route, which already has these, but I have discussed the rail bed concept with Queensland Rail by telephone. Admittedly, it's only by telephone, but I was guaranteed that the recording of the discussion would go to QR management, and the idea is to convert a couple of existing stainless steel passenger cars to rail bed and operate one on the Brisbane to Brisbane to Charleville on the Westlander, and one on the Inlander route. But further to that, and I haven't discussed that with Queensland Rail in the same conversation, is I would like to see complete reform of that Westlander, and it can be done by having not only the rail bed car that I was talking about, but also a dining car with a servery cut into the kitchen, which does happen already on the Spirit of the Outback for the economy class sitting cars. And then they have a full service dining car, of course, for first class. But I'll further outline some of these issues at some other time. But I'd like to see this rail bed concept by conversion of existing stainless steel cars for the Inlander and the Westlander. It's just simply not tenable for a person to sit up overnight on that train. I'm not ruling it out completely, but I'm not basically rushing to go on it, that's for sure. I used to go on those trains when they had sleeping cars and dining cars and so on, but I can understand them cutting back to a certain degree. But as I said, the rail bed concept should be expanded, and I'd like to see it actually expanded to other railway systems. I have in mind in particular V-Line that should take over the Melbourne to Adelaide route and operate the rail bed seats as first class during the day, with all the amenities, of course, and the meals at your seat and the entertainment and the multi-channels and all the rest of it, and 2-in-1 seating to allow individual travellers to sit at the single seat and can get up and down as they see fit. And then at night time, when it comes back from the opposite end of the trip, in other words, it becomes an actual rail bed. So you could go have 2 services a day, Melbourne to Adelaide, just 2 sets of cars running by day in one direction, by night the other, in other words twice a day. So you'd literally have a train at say 8 in the morning, maybe 10 at 10 p.m. at night, so plenty of time for turning the cars around, in other words cleaning and stocking the food and water and so forth, and preparing the train for the return journey. It's just a thought anyway. I don't know what anyone thinks of that, but I'd like to see it happening, in other words, and it could even happen on routes like Sydney to Broken Hill would be another out by day and back by night service, and vice versa, in other words, certain days of the week, and then Sydney to Griffith is another one that might be worth considering. And you don't have to restrict it to locomotive haul cars, incidentally. When they build these new XPT replacements, DMUs, it's not impossible at all for them to have a rail bed configuration on one of the cars, for example. These are just thoughts, they're only ideas, and I don't mind having the civil and polite comments and discussion on the subject. In fact, I welcome that, so thanks for viewing.